Hello everyone, this is Vignesh from Phoenix Financial Training, here to share a few tips relevant to the June 2019 Advanced Performance Management Examination. The Advanced Performance Management Exam is one where you have to attempt 3 questions adding up to 100 marks in 195 minutes. There's one compulsory question of 50 marks where you have 4 professional marks available and 2 questions of 25 marks each in section B. In terms of areas that would get tested on the APM examination, you must appreciate that in this particular paper, the application of the scenario information is far more important than just reproducing the knowledge that you know on contents that are part of APM. That does not mean you can completely ignore the knowledge. You still need to have a fundamental understanding of what things are. The basic management accounting concepts are still needed, but it's not enough to reproduce the knowledge in the exam and answer the question the way we understand it, but to answer the question the examining team want us to answer. And therefore, it is important to sort of practice enough past exam questions and read examiners' reports from past exams to try and understand the common mistakes that students make, and therefore you can be better prepared to avoid these mistakes. More so specifically for the June 2019 exam, you should have prepared sufficiently and done enough questions on evaluation of performance systems and reports, which is a very, very frequently tested area. So you could be given a performance report, a dashboard, and asked to comment on whether the indicators of performance measure what's important to the company, whether it measures the objectives of the company. Besides this, another area that would figure quite high on my priority list would be being prepared with the topics related to corporate failure. This would involve you getting a thorough understanding of the different models of predicting corporate failure, both quantitative and qualitative, as well as being able to identify corporate failure indicators and mistake problems within a scenario, within the context of the scenario given to you. Another important area which often gets tested is to do with the non-financial performance evaluation models, more so particularly models like balanced scorecard and building block model. You will probably not be asked to define or explain the models, but rather be asked to apply the models to an organization. Now, this would involve you using the headings under the model and evaluating the performance measurement system of a company to identify deficiencies and weaknesses, and in some cases you may even be asked to suggest new indicators or KPIs to make the model complete. When using models like building block model, it is also possible that you may be required to evaluate the target setting and reward schemes that the company is currently practicing. You may have deficiencies again that you may be required to solve. It's not always you're asked for suggestions, so watch out for the question, does it ask for a suggestion or does it merely ask for an evaluation, in which case you just need to point out the problems and the issues. Another topic that you must be well versed with is budgeting. Now, you must make sure you know the different forms of budgeting and how they work, such as zero-based budgeting, incremental budgeting, rolling budgets, and so on, besides being able to do small calculations, probably on things like preparing a rolling budget forecast or probably just revising an existing budget. Besides this, other areas that I would recommend that you're thorough with include certain lean concepts and quality concepts like just-in-time and TQM, total quality management, Kaizen costing. Now, these are topics which probably don't get tested for 25 marks or 50 marks, but will form a part of a larger question. And it is important you're aware of what these techniques are and then you're able to apply it in the context of the scenario. So when you talk about some of these concepts, you being able to define these ideas and explain these ideas will by itself get you a few initial marks, and then you can try and apply the information from the question using these concepts. Please also be aware of and practice at least a question on the concept of business process re-engineering. Typically, you're given a scenario and a business process re-engineering change or situation is given, and on the back of that, you're often asked to talk about the impact of the company, the challenges, so on and so forth. One final thing that is often a part of your exam is the impact of any change. It could be a management accounting change such as implementation of ABC or a BPR exercise or implementing just-in-time. Any management accounting or business change, you are asked to assess its impact on the information technology, IT and IS systems of the company. So for this, you are still required to have a basic understanding of the different kinds of systems, concepts of what is an ERP, how does big data work, what's data mining, and because sometimes questions are linked to one of these knowledge areas. So you need to appreciate what these systems are, and then you're able to identify how implementation of systems will have an impact on any of these so-called systems. But remember, yet again, key to passing the exam is not just reproducing the knowledge you know, but making sure you're answering the specific requirements of the question using question information. So I wish you all the very best. Keep practicing, and you should do really, really, really well. Good luck.